welcome back. So in the previous video, we discussed about press forging. What are the defects of forging? Then we have been discussed about the upside die forging. So now in this video, we're going to be discussing about the types of roll mills. So how we're going to use the types of roll mills, or what are the applications, or where exactly we're going to use the roll mills, and how the roll mills will takes place. So that will be discussed in this video. Yes, types of roll mills. So mainly the types of roll mills has been classified into two high rolling mill, three high rolling mill, and four high rolling mills. So mainly that depends upon the direction. Depends upon the requirement. So we're going to use whether we should have to use a two high rolling mill, or in a three high rolling mill, or in a four high rolling mill. So that will be depends upon the thickness of the material. Mainly whether we require in a large force, or whether we require in a medium force, or whether we require very small amount of force. So based on the thickness of the material and what the amount of the material has to be rolled in between the rolls, right? Mainly we call it as an upper rolls and then a lower rolls. In between that we're going to place as in a workpiece or in a material to get in a, or the material has to be get rolled within a different sizes. So that is measure the working of in a rolls, where we're going to compress the material. So what happens, automatically the length will be increased and the width will be decreased. So it will be forms in the form of in a rods, or with the help of the rolling mills. So the plain material will be formed in the form of in a rods. So right, so this is how we're going to be the rolling mills will takes place. So when coming to the first one is about an two high rolling mill, what we called as an, this is what we called as an upper roll, and this is what we called as an a lower roll. So the direction of feed means the rotation of the roll will takes place one in this direction, where you can able to see one is rotates in a clockwise and one will be rotates in a anti-clockwise. So why the both the clockwise and the anti-clockwise has to be required in the direction of feed is because of to get in a balance in between. If the both the wheels or both the roll will be rotating in a same direction, so the material cannot able to be rolled, and even the balance of the both the rolls will cannot able to be takes place properly. So hence, always if you take any machiners or any components, whenever it is transmitting any force or any load, normally the two wheels will be rotating in a opposite direction. Both the wheels will not able to rotate in a, or it will not rotate in a same direction. So here also the two eye roll mills is also used as in a direction of feed and the direction of rotation. One wheel is used for a direction of feed, and one more wheel is used for a direction of rotation, right? So now we can able to see the both the rolls, upper and lower rolls, are rotating in a different that is clockwise and an anti-clockwise. So here we have been placed with the workpiece, that is what we called as a workpiece. So the workpiece, the feed is given, that means the workpiece is moving in this direction. See now, initially the workpiece will be having this much thickness. Now the length will be increased because of the force that has been created between the two rolls. So that material starts compressing and it will be formed in the form of rods. So this is about a two high rolling mill. So coming to the three high rolling mills, here the two at a time we can able to be two work pieces will be takes place. So in the two high rolling mill, only the one work piece will be placed at one time, and the three high rolling mill is, so the two work pieces will be two work pieces will be can be at a time can be done. So here one is the direction of feed, and that this is will be the direction of feed, and here both will be two mills, rolling mill will be working rotating in one direction, and one wheel will be rotating in a clockwise direction, and other two will be rotating in an anti-clockwise direction. So at a time the difference, major difference between the two high roll mill and a three high roll mill is, only the major difference is here at a time the three mills will be rotating. So in between now we can able to see one will be the workpiece moving in a straight direction, and another workpiece will be moving in a opposite direction. So the first and last will be in the clockwise direction, and the middle wheel will be in the anti-clockwise direction. So whenever it is rotating in that conditions, so automatically two workpieces can be done, or the roll can be done, process takes place at a time. This is how about an three rolling three high rolling and two high rolling. Yes, two high mills, that is it compresses of two heavy rolls placed one over the other. The rolls are supported in the bearings of bearing houses, that is the steady upright frames, that what we call it as an stands, so which are routed to the rolling mill floor. So next one is about the vertical gap between these rolls is adjustable. See the what the gap is there depends upon the material or depends upon the workpiece. We can able to adjust the distance between the two rolls. Next, the rolls rotates in opposite direction and are driven by powerful electric motors. So both will be rotated in the opposite direction. The wheels will be run with the powerful electric motors. So next one is about three high mills. So that three high mills is nothing but a milling arrangement what we have been seeing in the figure. So it consists of three rolls positioned directly over one another as what we have seen in the diagram. So the direction of rotation of the first and second rolls are opposite as in the case of two eye mills only. So it is also same as like two, only here the two workpieces can be processed at a time. Coming to the four high mills, four eye rolling. So here mainly here what we have been seeing the two rollers and three rollers. Here in this we can able to see about the four rollers. So the mainly the four rollers what we called as a backup rollers and main rollers. So here are the two backup rollers will be there and the two main rollers will be there. We can able to see this is what we called as a backup rollers and that's what we called as a main rollers. So here these two rollers so you can able to see this is rotating in anti-clockwise and these are clockwise and these rollers are rotating in anti-clockwise, and the workpiece feeding direction is where we go to the workpiece feeding is the workpiece flows in between these rollers, that is what we called as a backup rollers and a main rollers, and this what we called as a rotational rollers, right? So this is what we called as a backup roller and this is what we called as a roller rotation. So these are the main rollers. So here the workpiece feeding, that is four rollers will be there. Initially we have been seeing the two roller high mill and then a three roller high mill. Now we have been discussing about the four high rolling mills. So these are by using these four rollers the material will be compressed or it will be rolled to get a desired shape. So this is mainly we can able to see the difference is main rollers and backup rollers. So the four eye mills is that is what I shown in the figure. So this mill consists of four horizontal rolls, two of smaller diameter and two are larger ones. So in the four rolls here, two will be in the smaller diameter and two will be in the larger ones. So the larger rolls are called as what we called the larger rolls in the diagram what we have been seeing. It is called as a backup rolls, and the smaller rolls are called as a working rolls. But if the backup rolls were not there, due to the deflection of rolls between that what we call the frames or stands, the rolled material would be thicker in the center and thinner at the either end. So that is the reason we are being used as in a backup rolls. So the backup rolls keep the working rolls pressed and restricted the deflection when the material is being rolled. So the usual products of these mills are hot and cold rolled plates and sheets. So mainly this milling process will be takes place either in the form of hot and a cold rolled, or mainly it is this type of is being used as in a sheets where either it is used for a different application purpose. We are going to use this hot and cold rolled sheets. Thank you.